If you come from a background of using Outlook or another desktop-based application, you're probably used to a folder and subfolder, what we call a nested folder structure. And maybe you want the same thing with your labels. So notice these are my top level labels, and some of my labels have sub-labels. So under photo, I've got meeting and retreat, which are sub-labels of photos. So if I were to apply this sub-label, I could just drag this onto a message. Now notice how it appears. The tag looks like photos/retreat, so the top level label name / the sub-label name. And then I could click on the sub-label to see the messages in here. So how did I create these sub-labels in the first place? Before the summer of 2011, you actually had to enable a special lab called Nested Labels. You don't need to do that anymore. Nested Labels is just part of Gmail. It's a lab that graduated to become a full feature of Gmail. So to create a nested label, just go to create a new label. So I'll choose create new. Now, if I want to create a new nested label, I will create the new label name. I'm going to call this vacation. Then I'll select nest label under, and I'll choose what's called the parent. So the label does need to already exist. So I'm going to nest this under photos. So I've now created another sub-label of photos. Now what happens if you don't even have the parent label yet? Well, first you should create the parent label. So I'm going to create a new parent label. Just for this example, I'll call it parent. And now I can create the children labels under parent. One way to do that is choosing labels and create new, and then I could choose child 1, and of course I would nest that under parent. There it is in the list because we've already created it. Another way to create what's called a child label is to click on the color swatch to the right of the parent name, and then from here I can choose add sublabel. So that's another way to add sublabel. See, parent is already selected here, and this will be child 2. So that's another way to create a sub-label. Again, I just clicked on the color swatch and I can choose add sub-label. You don't have to stop at one level of sub-labels. I could even add a sub-label under child 2. Let's call this grandchild 1. So now we've got 3 levels of nesting. Notice what this label looks like when I actually apply it. It has parent and then / ... and then ends in grandchild. So you don't see the whole thing, but if you hover your mouse over it, I see the whole structure there. Parent / child 2 / grandchild 1. Kind of technical, but it's just showing you that you can have multiple sub-labels. I urge you not to get too label happy. Really, the best way to find your messages are through the search capability instead of doing the hunting and pecking and opening up all these labels. It's a lot faster to just use search. But you do have this option of nested labels available to you if you want to use it.